Green Bay police say a 29-year-old man is now charged in a brutal machete attack that left two people seriously hurt on the city's east side. Investigators say David Marena Garcia forced his way into a home on Edgewood Drive early Monday, went into a bedroom and attacked a 23-year-old man and a 26-year-old woman with that large bladed weapon. Both victims suffered deep cuts and needed emergency surgery. According to the criminal complaint, Marena Garcia told detectives he, quote, just wanted to kill them, end quote, and led officers to a machete that he threw from his vehicle after driving away. He remains in custody on a $750,000 bail. He'll be back in court next month. Police say the investigation is still active. They're asking anyone with information to contact Green Bay Police.